Top Media is back. Yes, we're back after a long break and we'll be bringing you the best top 5, 10, 15s and more on YouTube. For a second I thought you forgot about us. Well, you're not getting rid of me that easily. Anyways, thanks for all the subscribers who decided to stick around and enjoy. Oh, and don't forget to support us on Patreon if you like, which we finally got around to launching. A link is in the description. Check it out, it would be very much appreciated.
Anne-Marie Lynn Scott is not one to keep evil intentions private. The Michigan resident openly advertised on Craigslist for a hitman to murder a woman with whose husband she was having an affair. She offered the successful candidate $5,000 for the killing and listed the name and address of the intended victim. FBI agents found the ad, ultimately culminating in a 12-year and 7 months prison sentence for her murderous intentions. Mark Smith decided to drink vodka along with a few Valium pills before robbing a house. After finding a pair of gold earrings and a checkbook, Smith decided, that's enough work for now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap. When the victim, a 54-year-old female, returned home, Smith was found passed out under her bed, still clutching the gold earrings. She tried to awaken the sleeping burglar, but couldn't. She actually thought that he was just a drunk that had wandered into the wrong home, which, I guess that's not too far from the truth. When officers arrived, they dragged the still sleeping Smith from under the bed into jail, where he served an 18-month sentence for his little nap. In 2008, 18-year-old Ruben Zarate wanted to rob a muffler shop in Chicago. Entering the store with a gun, he demanded money. The only problem was that the cash was in a safe that only the manager could open, but he wasn't there. Ruben said he'd return, and to save himself some time, he left his cell phone number with the store employees so they could politely notify him when the manager returned. Police were informed and instructed the employees to call the robber and arrange for him to come back. Sadly, the teenager returned and engaged in a brief shootout, which I guess is worse than attempted burglary. Either way, he was arrested. In what's now known as the worst disguise in human history, Matthew McNally and Joey Miller tried to break into an apartment with fake beards and masks scrawled onto their faces. Turns out it was done with a permanent marker, which I'm sure was much to the amusement of armed police when they were arrested. The pair were each charged with attempted second-degree burglary. If only there was a law for first-degree stupid. A mother and her son saw 17-year-old Mganga, that can't be how it's pronounced, pointing a gun at them in a carjacking a few years back. He found success, kinda. The mother and son escaped as the criminal was only interested in the car, but there was just one problem. The vehicle had a manual transmission, something with which Mganga was unfamiliar. He turned on the lights and the windshield wipers trying to make his escape for a good few minutes while a neighbor called the police. It took them around 8 minutes to arrive, and they found an empty car sliding gently into the neighbor's yard, knocking over the fence. The teen decided to make a run for it, but police chased him and arrested him a few blocks away. Ultimately, he at least avoided a weapons charge, as the gun he used turned out to be fake. During August 1995, Klaus Schmidt decided to rob a bank in Berlin by walking in with a pistol and demanding money. The only thing about this bank heist was that Schmidt was deaf. As the robbery progressed, bank employees noticed the criminal's strange behavior. One of them asked the robber if he needed a bag, and he replied, "You're damn right it's a real gun," subsequently making them realize that Schmidt had a noticeable handicap. Taking advantage of this fact, one employee set off the alarm while Schmidt remained completely oblivious. The loud alarm continued until police approached the bank and arrested him. Amazingly, Schmidt tried to sue the bank for exploiting his disability. Anything for a buck. Albert Bailey and a juvenile accomplice decided to rob a bank in Fairfield, Connecticut because, what could go wrong, right? To make things easier for everyone involved, Bailey called the bank in advance to let them know that they were coming to rob it so they could prepare the money and it would just be ready to steal for Bailey. Minutes after the phone call, Bailey sent in his juvenile accomplice along with a note to confirm that it was in fact them on the phone because, just in case the bank was waiting on a different robber that called ahead. Meanwhile, a bank employee had the police on the phone and updated them about the situation. The robbers demanded $100,000, but they settled for a lot less, $99,100 less to be exact. With their newly found fortune in hand, they walked out the bank into a swarm of policemen who arrested them both. The pair was charged with first-degree robbery, with Bailey facing up to 9 years in prison. Escaping from prison can be pretty hilarious, especially if the prisoner gets stuck in the hole that he dug in the wall just like Rafael Valadeo did while trying to escape from a prison in Brazil. The chubby prisoner started screaming for help when he noticed that his chest refused to fit through the escape hole. The hole was an escape route for 4 of the inmates who were sharing a cell in a secure Brazilian prison. One prisoner actually managed to escape through this narrow hole and is still at large. Second to go through was Rafael, but after realizing he was stuck, he had to cry for help. He literally cried due to all of the struggling as he broke a rib, eventually leading to police having to help him out of his hole. Following a conjugal visit to a Mexican prison, Maria Del Mar Arjona Rivera was caught trying to smuggle partner Juan Ramirez Tijerina out in a suitcase. Juan, who has been serving a 20-year sentence for a 2007 conviction for illegal weapons possession, was arrested while incarcerated for the attempt. His girlfriend was also arrested and is now awaiting charges. Case closed. Literally. Drug trafficker Ronaldo Silva wore his wife's clothes to escape from prison, but was caught after a policeman noticed he was walking funny. He shaved his arms and legs, then strode out the front gate in a blue dress, wig, high heels, and a dash of bright red lipstick, but was picked up just 30 minutes later after an officer on patrol noticed he was unsteady on his feet. Silva's wife brought the clothes in during her weekly visit and went home in her husband's shorts and an extra top she had in her bag. She admitted giving him the clothes but pleaded her innocence by stating she didn't know why he wanted them. Silva had been awaiting trial for drug trafficking. He was transferred to the prison after another escape attempt when armed men tried to invade another jail to release him. But hey, he nearly got away with it, so let's give him that at least.
Thanks for watching another Top Media video. Don't forget to hit that very important bell icon, the subscribe button, and to support us on Patreon. As they say, pennies make pounds, and your support would go a very long way for our channel.